Hey y'all, this is Jocasta Lester. In this video, I am updating you about the status of the hole in the roof. Shortly after, I tried to break the padlocks to the attic using my bolt cutters, which I have here. All right, let me show you. I'm not lying. Okay. So I broke one of the locks with my bolt cutters. And in order to not be detected breaking into the attic, I had these so that I could swap out. Needless to say, one of the neighbors saw me. I put on my hazmat suit, which is this one right here. I went up there with my suit on, my Tyvek suit of sorts. I went up there with my suit on. I used what is the step ladder in this place that we live because I got a little bit of an update for you in this video. So anyway, I used the step ladder. I went upstairs. Before I went to do this particular thing, I left a note on it. I left it in a conspicuous location in the hallway. I left the bolt cutters on the step ladder. We have cameras in our building. And I basically said, I'm prepared to go up into this attic. I'm hearing scratching noises. I don't like those. So, my cousin basically, everybody kind of coaxes me like I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Something is wrong in this building. So anyway, so I put the bolt cutters on the upstairs level. I left them up there with what was my step ladder and a sign that says, I'm going to go up into this attic. That's basically the gist of what the sign said. And I left it overnight and I let it sit there just to let everybody know. And I wanted to be in a conspicuous location so that if everybody basically that works in this building gets up, walks down the stairs, they take their children to school, or if they send them off on buses, they come downstairs and they come past somewhere. Even if they don't see it, on the other side, it was in a conspicuous location under the attic access. So that anybody that walks past it that would be, inclined to look at the sign, in other words, it was in the open. Okay. So anyway, shortly after posting that sign, I followed through. I went upstairs with my bolt cutters and I started cutting. I got one lock off. This is not that lock. These are the replacement locks that I initially purchased to be inconspicuous. But since I thought about it, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to tell everybody I'm about to break into this attic. Because I don't care to deal with the police and I don't care to deal with whatever the heck this problem was, right? Or is. It still is kind of persistent, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, I can't put my finger on it. So, needless to say, the neighbor, she came to the door. I told her, I knocked on both doors, my cousin's apartment, which is straight up. And across the hallway is a neighbor. So I let her know. She's like, well, okay, but da-da-da. And then she closed the door. And then she called our landlord. The landlord came immediately. He came maybe 5-10 minutes. In fact, it was like he was really close by. She called him and let him know that I was trying to break into the attic. Needless to say, he came. We handled it amicably, and I gave him what was the key to the lock, which I didn't intend to lock it back. That was the thing that I did that was against what I wanted to do. I wanted to leave it open. But because I don't want to be responsible for locking whatever is going on up there in the attic. So I gave him the second key to this lock set. So that I still have this lock. And the other lock is the original one. And there is a nearly identical lock that's fixed. In other words, the types of locks that were there were these. Okay. So, after I informed him of what I felt about the attic, I didn't tell him everything about what I felt, but I told him about how there is a crawling, a loud scratching noise just above my window. They all kept saying it's squirrels and all that. I was like, whatever. So I went outside with my camera, and I videotaped what was the hole in the attic earlier, and I let the landlord know, and I let the neighbors know too, that there's a hole in the roof. Needless to say, he came, put the siding back on the building. He and his girlfriend, they came out with the truck, went out to the back, closed it up. Shortly thereafter, nearly immediately, a raccoon, okay? The raccoon, a family of raccoon, there was hands sticking out of the soffits, okay? It opened up the soffits, and I kid you not, the raccoon walked down, ran in the yard, came back up, went, got her baby, left another. I still heard scratching from the other one. I've since stopped hearing the scratching. I don't know if that raccoon ever came back for the second baby or second animal that was up there scratching. There was one raccoon baby, and scratching still, but I haven't been hearing it lately. Okay, and this is nearly immediately after he closed the attic. Okay, he closed the hole to the top, and they tried to escape through the bottom. That's what I saw. So I'm still hearing this spiritual chatter, that's saying that somebody is still up there. And what I've seen as a tendency in this building and in other places too, in order to I don't want to introduce conspiracy, but in order to veil the real of one thing, something else comes in tandem, so that there's doubt cast about what's actually going on. So I'm like, oh, these raccoons were here. But I was told that my son was locked in this attic, and I had all kinds of nightmares about the things that may have gone on in this building. So I say that to say, I don't know what to do about all of this, but this is an update. There was a family of raccoon that moved out. The family has left. I was in the bathroom cleaning, and I saw black specks appear as I was using bleach. Okay. And it's still doing the same stuff. Now, also another thing that happens with these different witchcraft curse items in here, my gloves, it's like I lose pairs of cleaning gloves very rapidly. Now, the part that works in tandem is this. Either there is a highly caustic chemical in this bleach, or there is, a witchcraft, or both at the same time. So, FYI. So, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Have a blessed and marvelous day. I still feel funny about this address. I've dealt with the worms crawling. People all around here, they got these little white spots on their skin. White spots and these little balls, white balls that are like in the clothing. And I wear like what I've since learned that the name of the full face mask that I wear from time to time is called a shiesty, according to one guy. But check this out. Either way, when I wear what's called my shiesty, there are others who wear shiesties, and there are balls, white balls forming. They're furry sometimes, they're mucousy sometimes. I've seen these different fur-like masses appear after using disinfectant. So whatever this thing is, it is gross. I took albendazole. I've already taken it. I went through all that stuff trying to get prior authorization repeatedly. I said, F it. I went to GoodRx, and I went and actually filled the prescription myself, and I paid $37 for it. It's just, and this is after months of going back and forth to the pharmacist, to the doctor, to the pharmacist. I was like, well, screw this. I'll just go ahead and get it filled and pay for it. But it's not fair. I have insurance. So repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Have a blessed and marvelous day. Thank you guys for watching. And yes, the next problem, my income taxes, they are still on hold. They were done in March. Blessings.